Hello, everyone. It is Modern Medusa, and welcome to Cobra Cat, the weekly review by me, Modern Medusa, and Mr. Mad Cat, my co-host. Say hello.
You know, on Facebook, she said that I was a guest. Now she says on the channel I'm actually a co-host. Make up your mind, woman.
What? Well, okay. You're the automatic guest. No, we also have another guest.
Did she freeze up, or am I having a stroke?
Pretty sure she froze up. Might be a stroke. Might be on the
stage. You can't hear me? What the fuck?
Oh, now we can hear you.
There it is.
Oh, okay, sorry. I don't know what happened. Okay, but yeah, I was introducing you, Sweeney. Is that what you want to go by?
Yeah, sure, why not?
By a burp?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, whatever you want to say.
God, you know, I don't know exactly what to say, or I don't know exactly.
I know that.
I don't know exactly how to tell you guys a little bit about myself. I feel that anything I say during this conversation will probably tell you all that you need to know about me.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. But
so
yeah,
basically anything he has to say here will be used against him.
I hope so.
So he won't say anything.
All right, so we got some pretty funny videos to look at today. The first one, I stumbled upon. I just looked up. I think I just looked up feminist. And no. Now I remember. This is how I found this video. On the down low, these people contacted me through email and told me to check out their YouTube channel because they liked mine and were interested in creating possible video collaboration or something like that. And so I went to their channel and I found a video called Feminist Sugar Baby. And so this woman, she's a sugar baby and she's a feminist, I guess. She doesn't seem like a very radical feminist at all. She's probably just saying it.
It hardly seems human.
But yeah, we're gonna watch this one today, and yeah, let's just go ahead and start it because it's gonna.
So what's our safe word? Is it still ball sack or something else?
I mean, we can change it to a different body part if you want, or we could just say scrotum. There, just the same thing but different word.
Okay, so anytime you need to stop the video and talk, just say the word scrotum, and I will put pause.
All right.
And now you know what you've just gotten yourself into.
Perfect. Sounds like an.
All right, starting the video.
An essay, no strings attached. That's how you have to look at it. It's real, but it doesn't mean you're going to spend the rest of your life with this person.
Hang on, stop that. Well, like scrotum.
25-year-old.
There we go.
Did she just say you don't have to be in a long-term relationship with them, or you don't have to be with them for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I just noticed that. Like, I don't even know what to say about that, but okay, just keep playing.
Jean Marie lives a life of luxury in a penthouse on Miami Beach. On a Wednesday, yeah, doing nothing is fine. I like you. Woo.
Oh, scrotum. Doing nothing is fun.
Yeah.
That's the most boring statement I've ever heard in my life. I've never.
I know, right?
Doing nothing.
It sounded so forced too. She was like, "Nothing is fun." Woo!
Oh man.
Like, I mean, if you're a sugar baby, at least do something interesting, like a bunch of drugs or like fucking just binge on like something weird. But if you're just gonna sit there and do nothing, like, what's the point? Oh,
That's weak.
Dude, my hair got wet. That's
my hair got wet.
first world problem.
Ball sack or scrotum. So her number one worry in life is getting her hair wet. How does she ever take showers? Or does she not take showers?
Probably not. She doesn't have to. She's too rich for that.
I gotta
She got
step.
lots of perfume.
Yeah.
He's not the one fitting the bill for her lavish lifestyle. Finding herself short after going through her divorce, the aspiring singer decided to try a rather unconventional method to get back.
Scrotum. God, she's ugly.
No, I'm sorry.
She really looks like a man to me, like she's a trans man, and I'm not trying to harp on anyone in the trans community, but come on, that does not look like a woman.
At least I didn't have to say it. Kind of glad someone else said it for me. Perfect.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. The funny thing is, I know someone who looks a lot like her. But yeah. Well, I noticed that she said that she came up short after a divorce. I'm kind of wondering what happened there.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing, I'm wondering if it was like a he took her stuff kind of thing, or she didn't get enough of his stuff kind of thing.
My guess is, and this is just a wild guess, that she got into a marriage to maybe a rich guy or a well-off guy and had a prenup, and she was caught cheating on him, which would have prevented her from getting anything after the divorce.
Good possibility. We may never.
On her feet.
And my friend was like, you need to go on Seeking Arrangement. It's this dating site, there's sugar daddies. It's pretty, perfect for you actually, because you have a fun personality and you like to go out and you're great around people.
Scrotum.
I do have to give her skills that she's able to type with long fingernails. That's some serious skill.
Top notch.
So wait, did she just basically say that she pretends to completely be a different person?
I'm guessing so. Or either that, or that's just how boring she is.
I mean, it kind of just sounded like in the beginning she said, I love doing nothing, and then she just said, I love pretending like I do stuff. What?
Right, like I love to go out, and I'm great around people, but I also do nothing all day.
Yeah, like, okay, you've already contradicted yourself several times in this video.
Yeah, pretty much.
Since that day, Jean Marie, an avid convert to the sugar baby lifestyle.
A typical interaction with is like, I meet them, go out to a nice restaurant, have a lunch or dinner, talk about traveling. I speak 3 languages. I have a bachelor's degree in international relations.
You did nothing.
That's surprising.
After we eat, I will say, let's go shopping. I don't really need another person.
Take me shopping.
Person's daughter.
Scrotum. One thing I will never understand about women is the unnecessary use, or just the over buying of purses and shoes and things that are not practical whatsoever. It just, I don't know, it because like for me, I like having tons of necklaces. I I can, you know, I'm good with that, but they're not $1,000 or thousands or millions of dollars each. I can get this was $3. And I were to go on that website and be like, hey, baby, buy me some shit. And then I brought them, I would literally bring them the Hot Topic and be like, all this. Oh, shit.
Well, you know, and I'm trying to understand the kind of man that would actually want to be in this relationship. And it would have to be men who have...
around with a girl and buy her stuff?
Well, he'd have to be someone who has just a lot of money and wants to spend a lot of money, but doesn't want to get into a marriage because then if they get divorced, he has to like fork over so much money.
That makes sense.
But then that also means that sex has to be on the table.
Well, that's the funny thing. She says you don't have to have sex with them.
Yeah.
If that were true, I'd probably be out there like hitting up all the old dudes, like, "Oh hey, no kisses or anything." Just I don't think anybody's gonna agree to that unless they're like.
Well, it's kind of like that scene in Idiocracy where, you know, the Maya Rudolph is like trying to get on the phone, and well, she's a prostitute. And some guy comes up to her and is like, "Oh man, I can wait all day for a girl like you." And she's like, "Okay, give me $500 and you can sit there waiting for me."
Yep. What I'm trying to figure out is in the beginning, you know, let me double check on this one. Yeah, even in the video title, it says to empower young girls. I don't see how any of this is necessarily empowering.
I know. Like that's what bothers me too. Is like you're inspiring girls to aspire to be nothing, basically.
Yeah.
To just live off of someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have no other skill sets, yeah, that's a good idea. If you can't do shit, go ahead and be a sugar baby. I mean, why would you want to do that if you have like dreams and stuff? Like if you actually want to do something, how is telling a little girl that she can sit around and do nothing and just get money and stuff? How is that empowering at all?
That's
like, because
it's just a justification she uses so she doesn't feel guilty for what she's doing. She's saying, I'm empowering women, so it has a more noble cause to it. Yeah. But she's basically lying to herself.
Yeah, the funny thing is that like another feminist will like say the opposite, like, no, you can only be an independent woman, you know, who makes everything herself. You can do anything you want if you just believe in yourself and shit like that. And then this girl's just like, fuck all that.
Well, another feminist would say, well, the fact that she's dependent on men to give her money so she can live, that's not empowering in any way. But what if it was another woman being a sugar mama to another woman?
Then he'd be taking advantage of her.
No. What I'm saying is a woman is paying the way for another woman. Basically a sugar mama with a sugar baby.
I still don't see that's any different, to be honest with you.
Oh, feminists would find a way to make it different. It's like, oh, no, it's completely different. Because it's not a man in the equation.
You're still aspiring to live off someone else's money.
Yeah.
That's still empowering whatsoever. But however they want to justify it, I mean, I understand not wanting to blame yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
No way can you spin that as empowering.
I know. I mean, you could say it's self-empowering, you know, like saying this personally empowers me. I feel empowered when I can get other people to buy me stuff or whatever. That's my thing. But she said she wanted to be a singer. She wanted to be something else. So she's telling people, girls, to do this. It's like, but why? You know, like I mean, I'd love to have a bunch of money, but I don't want to just sit on my ass all day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, might as well continue with the video before we get too distracted. The sluttier, the better.
A girl or a guy who utilizes or uses her intellect or personality to get what she wants or what he wants. If someone wants,
or a guy, she had to put or a guy. I mean, okay, I'm sure there are men in the gay community who have sugar daddies,
Mm-hmm.
but the fact, I don't know, I just thought that was funny. Or a guy, and then she said, you gotta make the picture super slutty, so telling girls to be slutty as well. Yeah, super empowering.
Well, what's her face? Rose something. I think her last name is Rose.
Amber Rose?
The woman who's basically doing all the slut walks.
Amber Rose.
Amber Rose. I mean, she's going around telling girls to be slutty.
I mean,
yeah.
they're telling girls to do what you want, but if they don't want to be slutty, then literally your statement is redundant, because there are still women who believe that modesty is empowering. So
Yeah, and
I agree, go do what you want to do, but you're still telling someone what to do, which is, again, contradicting of empowerment.
yeah. And what's messed up is that, like, if she's telling girls, you know, sluttier the better, and then what happens when they act slutty, and then there's, like, actual instances of sexism, like, and guys are like, you're a fucking slut and a whore, that's all you are, because that's how they're acting. And then they'll be like, oh, I thought this was a good thing, this is gonna empower me. And then they'll act like they're a victim. So it's like...
Well, look at Pamela Anderson. She's a prime example of all of this. I mean, I don't know if she was ever a sugar baby, but she made her career being an adult performer. She would, like, you know, she even had her own porno that somehow got leaked. Yeah, right. You know, she was in Playboy. She was in Baywatch. I mean, it was her body that she put on the market to sell. And for the time, she did very well. Now that she's over the hill and she's lost a lot of her beauty, she's criticizing the industry like people just put too much emphasis on beauty. And it's like, you made your money on your beauty, and now you're criticizing it. Yeah. And I bet you anything, when this woman gets over the hill, she's going to do the exact same thing. She's going to criticize the thing that allowed her to be rich.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't have to say it, but yeah, spot on.
Yeah.
to help you because you're smart, because you're beautiful, or for whatever reason, and they have all this wealth. Why shouldn't they help you?
Scrotum. No, they're not helping you because you're smart. They're helping you because they want something from you. If they want to help people with all of their money, they should be donating.
They'd be donating to charities.
There are actual people out there that need help. So don't try to make this like don't try to make this like, oh, they're really doing something special for me. You can go out and earn yourself your own job.
Mm-hmm.
You got a degree. You can speak 3 languages.
Yeah, right?
Filiberto's is hiring.
Right? She could go out and do something right now, but she chooses to. I mean, and that's okay if you have the advantage of, you know, being able to live off someone. That's fine. But telling everybody that it's empowering and that they should do it too, chill. Just, you know, you can. You know, it's cool to like talk about the benefits or whatever, but if you're like being like, more women should be empowered by this, it's like,
well,
no.
your belief, right? I mean, we all have different beliefs, and the whole point of even this conversation right now is we could all disagree on this conversation, but we can all come together and talk about it. Well, again, exactly like you said, if it doesn't work for other women, then telling everyone to go do this is no longer empowering because other people are going to disagree with you, which is okay.
Yeah.
But saying that all women need to do this is just as bad as any other form of sexism.
Yeah, exactly.
My problem with this is not that she's saying that other people should go do it. Hey, it's lucrative, have at it. What she's trying to do is justifying it as being something greater than it is. She is a prostitute. And she's trying to say, well, people are just giving me money because they have a lot of money and it's really a charity.
Yeah.
She is denying what she is. You're going to be a fucking prostitute. Be a fucking prostitute. It's one of the reasons why I respect Mercedes Carrera, because she's a porn star. She knows she's a porn star. She will say she's a whore. She will say she is a cunt.
Yes.
She has no qualms about what it is that she does, nor is she under any delusion about what it is that she does. And still, she feels that she has a social responsibility to give back. She uses her time, her energy, and money to help veterans.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, and I can respect that. She decided that she was going to be a porn star, and she chose to be the best porn star she could be. She didn't hide it. She didn't deny it, and I can respect that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
This woman is doing everything she can to deny that she's a prostitute. And that's pretty much what she is.
Yep. She's trying
Even if sex is not on the table, she's still a prostitute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she says, we don't have to have sex with them, or we're better than prostitutes because we stick around. That part's coming up in a second. But she says, we're better than prostitutes because we do so much more than prostitutes. But if you paid a prostitute that long, they would stay and do whatever you want. So, I mean,
Where's the lie?
A lot of people confuse it with prostitution. A prostitute is someone who shows up, does a job, takes money, and leaves. A sugar baby is nothing like that. We have 34 new messages on seeking arrangement since an hour ago. Because I got the world in my fingertips. Woo!
Scrotum. No wonder why she's failing as a singer.
Oh my god. I like the ego that she has. It's just great.
Can we just go ahead and say that we can't take drugs off the table here, because I'm pretty sure she is on some serious, she is out there.
She has to be on some kind of pills or something right now.
And drinking on top of it. It's noticeable.
Pills. 99% alcohol.
Maybe she isn't doing nothing. Maybe she is actually getting something out of the deal. Damn.
Yeah, well, it's funny because she says, prostitutes, they do their thing and then they're gone. Sugar babies are nothing like that. But you just said in the beginning that you don't have to be with them for their whole life, and you have 34 guys apparently trying to go on dates with you.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it not coming and doing something and then leaving? It's basically.
Actually, I agree with her, but not in the way that she is putting it. Prostitution is a simple transaction. I hire a woman, she comes, we have sex, she leaves. Mm-hmm. She is a lot worse. This woman is a lot worse because she comes, stays for however long she wants to. It's not my choice so much, but I have to keep paying her money. But she stays as long as she wants and then leaves whenever. And what do I really get out of it? I mean, if my goal is to spend money, I've done that. maybe we get to have sex, but I have to go through so many hoops just to get it. I have to pay for her to live somewhere.
Yeah,
I have to take her out
versus-
to a very fancy dinner. I have to take her shopping. I have to do all of these things, and maybe I get to have sex with her.
Gotta play devil's
Hell,
advocate.
dating is
friend zoning with a tab.
Maybe these guys are just lonely enough they need the company. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the case with
No.
a lot of them.
No, I perfectly understand it, because if you get in a relationship or if you get into a marriage, you run the risk of them. Well, with marriage, you run the risk of divorce, and now you have to pay alimony for someone who couldn't even possibly earn the amount of money that you're giving them. But if you get into a relationship, you know, we see this a lot with like basketball stars, where these girls claim that they were raped by these men and expect money in return. This is a little bit more honest than that. She wants money, so that's why she's hanging out with rich men. And these rich men know this is all about the money, so if they want her around, they're giving her money. So I understand why these men are doing it, to a degree.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't necessarily agree that that's why this instance, that guy's probably not just looking for company. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Still, for the sake of the debate, I'd rather play devil's advocate and ask that what if question.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always asking what if, but then I like to present possible situations. It's all hypotheticals up in here.
All right, we got about 2 minutes on this.
All right.
All figured out, Jean Marie also is an advocate for a rather surprising cause.
So when I was 15, I started competing in beauty pageants, and they asked you to have like a platform. A lot of girls chose like breast cancer awareness, animal rights. I chose learning how to love yourself. You know, feminism, women empowerment. So I started this organization. It's Empowering Young Girls Organization, and I wrote a book that I give to Girl Scouts. It's a step-by-step guide on how to love yourself, and that's just the most important thing to me in this world.
Scrotum. Loving yourself is her cause, and step-by-step guide. Well, first, you need to put on some sexy underwear. Second, put your hand underneath your underwear. You can see where I'm going with this. I mean, and that's her cause, learning to love yourself. Well, you know, self-esteem is important, but I don't think this is self-esteem. I think this is cry for help.
I don't think that she is as confident as she appears, or as she tries to appear to be. But also, like, I like how she says, you know, I chose loving yourself, you know, feminism, as if those two things are like the same. And it's like, what she's doing is not really feminism. It's just doing whatever she wants.
And justifying
and then trying to justify it with feminism. It's like, I don't know.
Quite a bit of that nowadays in the world, though.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell people to love themselves and love yourself and learn to love yourself without feminism. You can be a men's rights activist and love yourself. I do. You know, but it's like...
Well, we're seeing this a lot now coming out of feminism. We see Vice articles, not Guardian, but Huffington Post articles about how it's perfectly okay to let guys do everything and be feminists. Like, it's okay to let guys pay for the date and still be an empowered woman. You know, it's okay to fall within these things that feminism has always fought against and still be a feminist.
Yeah.
Feminism, as of late, has been trying to find ways to justify their actions that give them enjoyment that feminism is fought against and still be feminist.
Yeah. That's true.
Very true.
before I forget, Satyr Cat. I'm not exactly how to say that. Satyr Cat. But he's in the chat right now, and I almost forgot. I need to thank him for pledging $1 on Patreon, because now every time that someone donates to Patreon, I will be thanking them on my live streams. And if you pledge more than like, I think $5 or $10, then I'll be putting either your YouTube channel or whatever you want in the description. So yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And yeah, we can continue.
I just think that as women, we have to like stick together and we have to like bring each other up. And I hear a lot of like negative things about the society, about me as a sugar baby, but at the end of the day, I love myself. I have no shame in what I'm doing.
Scrotum. See, and I can totally respect loving yourself at the end of the day.
I really don't care what people think about what I do, but what do they think? They think I'm smart. They think that I'm a genius.
Scrotum. You look like a dumbass. You do not look like a genius. Oh my god.
Well, I do have to give her props that
right
she
there.
found
Look
a way to basically do nothing and get everything she wants. So that is a bit ingenious, but you know what? I would ascribe Mercedes Carrera being a genius. First off, because she actually is one. I mean, she was in engineering. She did have a STEM job before she became a porn star. But the second that she gets paid to have sex all day...
Right, okay. Like, you know, it's totally cool if you want to do that, if you want to use your beauty and such to become rich or whatever. But, like, it's not that smart. Women have been doing it for years. So long. You know, like they know that sex gets them more money and more attention and more everything. So not that ingenious. She even said her friend told her to go to this website. So it's kind of, you know, her that got the ball rolling.
It's the second oldest profession, the first being fisherman. Because the fishermen would trade a fish to have sex. So
yeah.
It's a, I'm referencing How I Met Your Mother, but
oh, really?
Everyone knows that little scene there. Although I would argue that a fisherman is trading a fish for a fish. I mean, they weren't really sanitary back then. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with prostitution. There's nothing wrong with being slutty. There's nothing wrong really with what she's doing other than the fact that she's just in denial about what she's doing. She's trying to justify everything she does as being somehow noble.
And
yeah.
If she were to just accept the fact that it's not feminism, I'm doing this for myself and no one but, then I could really, I would actually respect her. But I can't.
Yeah, me too.
I can't.
Fuck yeah, I would.
Yeah, I can't find a way to respect her when she is so far in denial about it. It's like an alcoholic who tells his family he hasn't drank or she hasn't drank in a year, when in reality, just last night they were putting back a bottle. I could respect it if you just didn't tell them. But for you, or you just say, yeah, I'm clean. Well, guess what? You didn't drink since last night, so you do have a little clean time. But for you to put a date on it and try and justify it, what she's doing is lying. And that's the example I'm trying to make here. I can't respect you when you lie. If she worded it different, good on her. But she, at the end of the day, is not only lying to everyone else, she's lying to herself. She's lying, period. And I can't respect a lie.
Yeah, me neither. Oh, very well put.
Thank you.
To empower people to love themselves and to know, like, you can be anything you want. You just have to follow your dream.
Scrotum. You have to follow your dream and then give up on your dream and then have people pay for you so you don't ever have to do anything for your dream at all.
Yep. Oh my god. I think that's the end of the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this came out January 4, 2017.
Really? That is pretty new.
Yeah, that's
Holy
current.
shit.
Cool.
And look at the downvotes of this.
Damn.
That looks like maybe 40% likes.
Yep.
Dang. That is funny. But it's probably because I bet a lot of feminists disliked it. Because they're like, why the fuck is this girl talking about feminism being a sugar baby?
Yeah.
They're like, they don't speak for me. I feel like a lot of that was
Just from the keywords, I imagine it's mostly feminist, because I don't know how many, guys who are searching feminist sugar baby on YouTube.
yeah, right.
Gonna go ahead and say the keywords alone tell you that it was mostly feminist.
Mm-hmm. I will be right back. I am going to run to the restroom.
Understood.
See, on air, she'll call it the restroom. When she's talking to me, she's going to call it taking a poop.
Yeah.
Damn
Yeah.
straight.
I don't know. I've kind of wondered, if I had that kind of money, if I would have a sugar baby or not. And I probably would, because I don't really want a committed relationship with a woman, because that's always ended badly for me. And, having a marriage, I don't like the idea that if we break up, I have to give her half of what I've earned.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was shared property, so...
Yeah.
I'm not against the idea of sugar babies, but, I want... And maybe I'd be okay if she lied to me that we have this little fantasy.
Yeah.
But I don't want her to lie to herself.
Yep.
And I can't respect someone who has to lie to themselves to justify their existence.
I completely agree. And that was mainly the point I was making with the alcoholic, is you're not lying for them. You're lying so that they're not upset with you. And that I can't respect. I'd much rather you just simply say, I'm doing what I'm doing, or I'm not doing what I'm doing right this moment. In other words, I can't justify this to myself at the end of the night. However, it's better than trying to pretend or make believe that I'm okay with it myself, because that's all I really heard there was a lot of overcompensation for her doing something that she doesn't necessarily believe in. It almost sounds like a self-confidence thing. Like you said, I gave up on my dreams. And I could respect that if she could just say it. I could almost see myself doing it if I had the kind of money, surely for the company aspect, if I were that lonely. However, at the end of the day, what would bother me more than anything is exactly what you said, them lying to themselves and still taking my money, turning around, behind my back and going and making a show about it to get more money. And then getting YouTube famous on top of it. I mean, all of it just screams, like you said, cry for attention.
Besides, I don't think I would want a really hot woman or a woman who knows that she's beautiful. I'd want a good-looking woman, but because the sex with a really hot woman is always bad. They don't have to try. But when a woman is good-looking but doesn't know she is, she tries a little bit harder to please the man.
You know, what the hell? I think. Oh, sorry. I just randomly got a phone call and then immediately went to voicemail, and I definitely didn't screen my call or anything. But I don't know. I guess it's not necessarily what I would want. More than anything, at the end of the day, if I'm going to be with a woman, I just want her to be happy with herself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If she's not happy, then I want to try to help her rise above that. But you're never going to be able to rise above that lying to yourself, lying to me, lying to all your friends and family. You're never going to be able to find that, what you're looking for.
And I'm a person who wants to help as well, but I've lived long enough to understand that you can't help those who don't want to help themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
And in a case like her, she doesn't want to help herself. I'd probably stop seeing her altogether, because if she doesn't want to help herself, I'm not going to waste my time trying to help her.
I could not agree more with that. There is no instance where somebody who doesn't want help yet cries for help, and it actually work out well for them. I mean, if you're not happy with yourself at the end of the day, if you don't want to help yourself, like you said, you're never going to find the help you're looking for.
Hi there.
You're back.
I've returned.
Okay.
All right, shall we move on to the next video?
Yeah, I'm not expecting to get all the way through it. If we do, that's cool, but it's pretty long. So it's like
That's
10
what she
minutes.
said. Alrighty.
Cuck Norris and Trigger Tequila.
You live here?
Oh damn! Is there a capture?
Yes, you live here. Are you some kind of security or something? No, you're a fucking dickhead wearing a hashtag build the wall shirt. That's in allowance, please.
I can't
Of course you don't.
hear anything.
I'm wearing a fucked up shirt, man.
Exactly. So why are you wearing that shirt if you want to be?
Okay, cool.
No. Political discussion. Well, of course you don't.
Why are you wearing this shirt?
Supporter, dude.
Why are you wearing this
Don't
shirt?
wear shit. I don't know.
Why are you wearing this shirt? We're California.
What do you think you're gonna prove a fucking video?
Scrotum. I like how she says.
Go ahead.
I like how she says, you know, if you didn't want to have a discussion, why are you wearing that shirt? And it's really like the opposite of what they say, you know. Don't harass someone for what they're wearing, you know. But like, you know, I mean, it kind of reminds me of when Matt, whatever his name was, you know, the guy who discovered a fucking, like, what was it? Like a shooting something, asteroid or something, I don't know. But he discovered something, and he wore that shirt with all the ladies on it.
Oh,
The hot
he
girls.
didn't discover anything. He landed a satellite on Comet.
Okay, yeah.
Which is amazing.
But yeah, he wore that shirt that a woman made for him. I want one of those shirts still. And everybody freaked out because of what he was wearing. And now these people are going up to this guy, attacking him for what he's wearing. And it's like, I mean, I personally, if I wear a shirt, like my meninist shirt, if I wear that shirt, I would love for someone to come up and talk to me about it. But if I'm just trying to sit down and chill, I don't want anybody to come up to me and fucking talk to me about anything.
I mean, that's
ever, unless they're on fire or something. You know what I mean?
Like, that's like the fact I'm wearing a shirt right here that at the bottom it says "No cops." Does that mean I want a police officer to come up and start a conversation with me over this shirt? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
You know, just because I'm wearing something does not mean that I want you to come up and belligerently tell me your beliefs on the situation. I may not agree with the wall whatsoever, but I still would not want you to come up and belligerently demand that I believe what you believe in. No.
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
so contradictory to every liberal belief. It's embarrassing.
Well, Sater is states it here that they weren't really looking for a discussion. They were looking for an argument, as we're going to see in this video.
Oh, yeah.
And we actually see that right away when she asks the question. And I've also heard that they were actually drunk. She might have been drunk. I don't think the guy was drunk. But she asked the question, why do you want to build the wall? Are you racist? I'm a Mexican. Are you racist? She immediately tries to put him on the defensive. And if he answered, no, I'm not racist, then it's like, why are you wearing that shirt?
Yep.
You know, so there was no way that he could really win in a discussion with her. So he did the right thing. Not have a discussion. Just ask them to leave.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe how calm he was throughout the entire thing.
So let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
You live here amongst a bunch of different people from different races, different religions.
Yeah.
Do you really think you're going to make friends wearing a shirt like that around here?
He's in
I
California.
don't want to talk to you or.
Well, of course you don't, because you have no fucking explanation.
Because you're here for the free Wi-Fi. Oh, here for the free Wi-Fi, aren't you?
Who's going to look like?
I have to scrotum. I have to point out. I think it's called Sargon's Law, or it might be something else. But she's criticizing him for being there for the free Wi-Fi. Who wants to bet that she's also there for the free Wi-Fi?
She's probably using it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, but I mean, what the fuck kind of point is that, anyways? You're here for the free Wi-Fi. Yes, you are correct. Your point. What is the point? You're here for the free Wi-Fi, so you're obviously just a degenerate. Okay, so is everyone else who comes for free Wi-Fi, I guess? Oh, jeez.
I mean, and I think like he's in a lounge area for like a hotel or something, or maybe it's
Or
an
an apartment complex
or something.
Yeah.
That he's just lounging out at, and it's like, so what if he's there for the free Wi-Fi?
Yeah, that's what it's for.
That's like going to Starbucks and criticizing someone. You're just here for the coffee, aren't you? Yeah, this is the place we go to get coffee.
Oh, fuck.
A bigger fucking ass clown.
The
You
one
or her?
is just a free Wi-Fi.
Throw me
Build
up
the
on
wall.
the internet, dude.
Oh, that's mine.
Can you not touch me, please?
I'm not touching you.
Well, you're touching my feet.
No, I'm not. Okay, here's the douchebag wearing like no
What's your name, man?
shoes. No shoes.
It's none of your business.
No shoes.
Yeah,
None
you
of
can
your
either tell me
business.
I can find out I work out longer than anybody else has. So.
Fine. Fine.
You
Yeah,
too,
go
you
on.
too, you too, baby. So, okay, so tell me, racist?
Clearly, you're the one who feels uncomfortable because you're not sure.
Scrotum.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have to say, like, on behalf of anybody who does not agree with this wall and Trump thing, this is embarrassing as shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I do not agree with Trump or anything that's going on in the world right now. This is not okay by any stretch. And I want to go ahead and state that is embarrassing as shit. I mean, go ahead and go on, but wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say that
I'm the one who said scrotum. Let me speak, bitch.
Oh, sorry.
Well, what I was going to say is, he's like, well, you're the one who's uncomfortable because you're wearing the shirt. It's like, no, he's probably uncomfortable because a girl is touching him that he's asked not to, invading her space, and this guy's just sitting there like being intimidating. He's like, well, you're the one who doesn't have a fucking point. Yeah, I'd be uncomfortable in that situation too.
Yep.
Because it looks like this guy's ready to like pounce on me. And maybe I can take him, maybe I can't. But from a sitting position, I'm at a disadvantage.
As an anarchist, I've been put in similar situations, and it's not comfortable to have a liberal or a conservative sitting there bashing you for your beliefs, getting too close to you, trying to intimidate you. It's not. It's not a good feeling.
Yeah, no matter who it is. And what I wanted to say is like you said, it's really embarrassing because like a logical person who is against the wall. I'm not for or against the wall. I don't give a fuck because there's already a fence. But like if a normal person, like maybe me, if I was curious, would go up to that person in this situation. I don't think anybody should bother anybody that's just sitting around in a common area. But if I'm really that interested, I could go up to him and be like, excuse me, sir, would you be interested in speaking about your views about Trump so that I may have an intelligent conversation with you or possibly a civilized debate? And if he said no, fucking walk on. If he said yes, sit down, have an intelligent conversation, find out what his actual views are before calling him a fucking racist and every fucking word in the book and just harassing him.
I do understand. You know, if you are mad by that and you are Hispanic, you are mad because you see that shirt. You do not have to get up and physically confront him. You can just as easily flip him off and walk away. You know,
right?
It is a lot less embarrassing to people like me who are also fighting with you.
Yeah, and it's like even if, you know, as a Mexican American, a legal Mexican American, you see that and you're like, wow, that's really offensive to me personally. You can tell him that.
Yeah.
Civilized. You can be like, your shirt deeply offends me, but I respect your right to wear it.
And I guarantee
you know,
make more of a mark than harassing this man will, because harassing this man is only going to instill and ensure the racism he may have thought he started to feel. Now he knows he feels it.
Well, we don't necessarily know that he's racist. I understand the merits of wanting to build a wall, and I don't view that as being racist.
Yes, I definitely misspoke there. I do apologize for that. I'm not necessarily saying the man is racist. I'm saying if he did feel any racism towards Hispanics beforehand, he absolutely does now. I don't mean that he wasn't.
Okay, I understand your point then. And yeah, you're perfectly right. But, you know, these are the same kind of people that think everyone should have the freedom of speech, but there are certain things you're not allowed to say.
Yeah.
We're not even just talking hate speech. We're just talking like Milo Yiannopoulos being able to speak. Yeah. That's not allowed.
Yeah.
But you do have the freedom of speech, so long as you say what we want you to say.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what's happening here, is that they're trying to intimidate him into either leaving or take off his shirt, all because of what his shirt says. He has the freedom to wear that shirt, and they're trying to impede it because they don't agree with it.
Absolutely.
You know, she could come in with and just like literally get a white shirt and write on it hashtag fuck you, there's not gonna be any wall, bitch, and just walk by. And it will have the exact same effect on him as your, well, not the exact same effect that his shirt had on you because you were offended, and he probably won't be, but he'll just be like, oh, person.
Yep.
With an opinion I don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's how it should be for everyone.
Well, first off, I would wear a shirt that says hashtag buy Mexico, because it would be far cheaper than building a wall.
Yes.
Or have a shirt that has hashtag Mexico has their own wall.
Oh, God.
This is enjoyable.
Yeah.
Oh, right here. That I got
all
you.
these questions when I'm
I'm uncomfortable when I come in to get coffee and you're wearing a racist fucking shirt that you are.
You're so racist. I've never seen such a racist human being on earth.
Scrotum. You've never seen such a racist person on Earth. Who's, wow, she needs to go down south.
Hitler? No. Nothing compared to this guy.
Stalin, Mussolini, the Brady Bunch. No, this is the most racist person.
Yes.
No, I don't think the Brady Bunch are racist. I just wanted to throw something in there. Yeah, Thrax is talking about how she was touching him. She was touching his feet. And, you know, to her defense, I think I understand why she thinks she wasn't touching someone. I disagree with her. But she wasn't doing it with her hands. But that he was, her feet went onto his, and she didn't even fathom it.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing it's probably, one, because she was intoxicated, so she was fumbling around. Mm-hmm. Two, if anyone touched any part of me with any part of their body while acting like that, I would be threatened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't matter what kind of touching it is. If someone that touches me, I don't want them to touch me, that's threatening.
No.
I'm Mexican, and I have to deal with this.
Yeah, film it. You have a fucking iPhone 6. It's only holding like 2 minutes of video, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Ask him how much education he has. None. He's never gone to
Because
college.
either I'm racist or I'm not good enough, or
He's never gone to college.
No,
Scrotum. So now that he won't respond to being a racist, now they're going to accuse him of not being educated. Because obviously, if you're educated, then you would hold certain viewpoints.
Yeah.
And if you don't hold those viewpoints, it means that you're not educated.
Again, embarrassing.
Yeah. Very, very much so. But it's like, they don't even know if he has gone to college. It would be funny if he was in college or studying to be a doctor or some shit, and they were just like, oh, look, I'm so much more educated than you. And it's like, no, you ain't. That would be hilarious.
It'd be funny. I mean, if dude got a high school education, I still think it would be funny. Because one way or another, you are so intoxicated, I don't care. I don't care at that point. I am more intelligent than you. Period.
Yeah, like him presenting himself like that is much more intelligent than her presenting herself the way she is.
And it's from intoxication, I understand that, but it will never justify.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't think it's just intoxication. Certainly it makes it worse.
Yeah.
But this is a common tactic that people in this position do, and I'm sure I forgot your name.
Fearmonger.
Sir. What's up?
Oh, it's fearmonger. You said you forgot my name? Sweeney.
Okay, Sweeney. You know, as you said that you've been in this situation, people are trying to imbue you with as many negative traits as they can so they can feel justified in hating you. Because you might even support one thing they hate, but that's not good enough for them. So she is projecting all of this hate on him and trying to put as many negative labels as possible so she can feel better about herself. She can feel justified in her feelings.
Absolutely.
And we see this so much, especially with feminism, that it's not enough to disagree with a woman. You have to be a misogynist.
Yeah.
You have to hate women if you disagree with a single woman.
Yeah, you see that quite a bit with feminism nowadays. And it almost makes men like me who do agree, not necessarily with modernized feminism, but I do agree with the equality basis of feminism. It makes it very, very hard for people like me to even have an opinion on the matter.
They don't. A lot of them don't want you to have an opinion because you're a white man.
Exactly. I'm a straight white man at that.
Yeah.
And that, in the eyes of society, in this day and age, in a way, we are demonized. I don't necessarily see it that way. I don't necessarily, even if I am seen that way, I don't necessarily care, because at the end of the day, I know good and damn well what I stand for. I know that my morals are intact, and I know that as they used to say, my moral compass is not fucked 6 ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's very hard to have an opinion, because if your opinion is wrong, again, you can be demonized, and that can be with sexism, that can be with racism, that can be with any of these forms of hatred that aren't even necessarily hatred. I have always seen that there is a fine line between even hatred and humor, and people don't see that. You know, there's a difference between making a joke and saying I hate a group of people and meaning it. There's a huge difference. In the people who cross that line deserve to be dealt with as people who would cross that line. But the people who have not crossed that line should not be grouped in with the people who have. There's a huge difference.
And you know what? We don't even know really anything about this guy. He did mention that it was just in his workout clothes, in his workout bag. Most people who wear a shirt to go working out in are not trying to make a fashion statement. He might have found a shirt in like a Goodwill, and it's like, I'll use this to work out in. Or maybe someone loaned him the shirt. We can't necessarily ascribe anything based on him wearing the shirt, and yet they're so ready to do it.
Yep, he could hate Trump, and he could just think it's funny that he's ruining the shirt by working out in it, stretching it, sweating.
Yeah, right.
You know, it could literally be anything, and these people are jumping to conclusions, and never mind demonizing this man. They've skipped to that point. They are harassing him, and I'm gonna assume, I don't know this for a fact, but considering when leftists attack, I'm going to go ahead and say they probably assault this man by the end of the video, which... No.
It's surprising, but they actually don't. They get very close, I feel like, but...
Oh, they're already extremely close. I already at the point would feel uncomfortable to be there.
I think some... like maybe the owner comes in by the end, or maybe security. He asks this guy, hey, do you live here? And he says, yes, he lives here. And he then, by this point, the guy leaves, but the girl stays. She stays the whole time. And he basically nudges her away. It's like, look, you've been here for a long time. You need to leave.
Yeah.
And that's the end of it. So someone intervened, but
I kind of keep playing the video because I want to get to the one part where the guy comes back. It's pretty intimidating.
He's never been to college. But he wants to build the wall. He wants to build the wall.
Well, apparently wearing a build a wall hashtag shirt is grounds for being harassed by people in the common area of a community center. in my
But if you
apartment
want to
complex.
say that it is what you think it is, then you go ahead. If that's how you sleep at night. All right, so you guys are.
These people are filming me and getting in my space and asking a bunch of probing.
Are we getting in your space? Have we encroached on your space at all? No, we haven't.
That's what
Scrotum.
Yeah,
Yes,
they have.
you have. Maybe the guy hasn't. He's kept his distance, but this girl is close enough to be giving him a lap dance.
Exactly.
What makes it so intimidating, because like if he does anything, you know, moves in any fashion the girl doesn't want, that's why he's there.
Mhm.
I mean, that's even more intimidating than him getting up in his face. I would be more worried about the girl because you can't do anything about her.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, he could shove the guy out of the way and it wouldn't be a big deal, but if he tried to get away from the girl and she got in front of him or something, tried to block him, and he did something to make her react in a way that was negative, he could go to jail.
and not to mention
that, and the big guy could start beating up on him for even
true.
maybe touching her.
That's what I'm
to
saying.
get her out of the way.
And then you're sitting there trying to, you know, fight off two people who are attacking you, and one of them you can't even touch.
Yep. Yeah.
But then you get into what Vanessa's talking about with the whole Duluth model, that even if he if he got abused by them, like he got beaten up, and he called the police, he could potentially go to jail.
Nope.
Even though he's the victim, because those two would say, oh, well, you know, he attacked us. And the police were likely to believe them unless he somehow got it on video that they were the aggressors. So now I'm not even talking about this. I'm talking about actually them attacking him first. So he is doing the best thing in this situation, which most people wouldn't do. I've got to give him a lot of credit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like that guy I respect. I can't respect anybody else because they're acting like lunatics.
Yeah, and that's hard for me to say, being so anti-Trump. However, I do respect him a lot more than the liberals here.
Yeah.
And I'm far from a liberal, but dear God, you guys are embarrassing, not just yourselves, but anybody who claims the same beliefs that you do.
Yeah.
I do not claim the same beliefs, but because I am anti-Trump, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like looking at the Shia LaBeouf footage. He will not divide us. He will not divide us. Like, calm down. Everybody who's against Trump, just calm down. You know, like, fuck. Oh.
No, I'm against Trump and I voted for the guy, so, you know.
Exactly. See this? Oh, that's funny.
I couldn't vote for either of them. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
Well,
yeah, I went with Bernie.
That's easy to do.
In a meaningful discussion. Okay, well, I don't want to talk. You can't even fucking handle it. You know why? Because you only have a 6th grade education. That's why. That's why.
What's your education? What's your education? He's here for the free Wi-Fi, like a loser. Oh, you have free Wi-Fi. I'm just here because of the free Wi-Fi, man. You're the wall because of the free Wi-Fi.
Captions have no fucking idea what's going on because she's like, she can't even speak properly.
Guys, I really don't want to have any conversation.
I don't give a fuck if you do or don't.
Come on, pause. Okay, so you see what they're doing right there is, well, you welcome this. You wore the shirt. And feminists are always quick to point out, like, oh, whenever a woman gets raped, the cops always ask her what she's wearing. And yes and no, they do that, but they're like holding him like, oh, well, you wanted this. You wore the shirt.
Modernized feminism.
Same exact thing, in my opinion.
With the equality basis of feminism. I hear myself and I'm not talking. That's weird. For people like to even have an opinion.
They don't. A lot of them don't want you to have an opinion.
What the fuck is going on right now?
You're playing the video.
The video up?
Oh Jesus! My bad, guys. I was sitting there confused as hell.
It's okay.
I'm like, whoa! I hear myself. This isn't.
Excuse me.
Sneeze.
Sorry. Oh, all right. Now that I'm done dying. But yeah, what I thought was really funny about what that guy said, he's like, you know, I don't care if you do or don't want to have a conversation. You know, so it's like either you have this conversation with me and I win, defeat, or I'm gonna keep harassing you. So it's like, even I were to suddenly be like, oh, holy, I believe in the great Hillary. Oh, God. Like, you know, it's fucking like, suddenly I renounce all my Trumpy ways, takes off the shirt, spits on it, burns it. What the fuck did they accomplish? Like, great job. You made someone stop wearing a shirt. Fuck yeah. Like, what the fuck is the point?
Realistically, I mean, what do they really want here? Do they want this guy to admit to something that they're assuming that probably isn't true?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, are you gonna... I know good and damn well I am far from a racist. I am far from a misogynist. But if I'm going to be attacked if I don't say it, then, I mean, at some point, either he's refusing to say it because it's not true, or he does say it just to get them to fucking leave. And either
what I think they want is to beat him up. And they're waiting for him to give them a justifiable reason to do so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
that's all this is. They're just trying to harass him until he does something stupid so they feel justified in doing something. But until that point, and, you know, I guess this is a small blessing that they have some social graces, they can't just attack him unprovoked.
Yeah. Yep.
Guy who doesn't even live here telling me to leave.
Oh,
Okay.
free Wi-Fi. What does free Wi-Fi look?
Okay, can you please leave and leave me alone? I don't want to talk to you.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't want to talk to you.
Why?
Can you please leave me alone?
Why do you want to talk to me?
Because I don't want to talk.
Because I'm Mexican?
No, because I don't want to talk.
Because I'm Mexican.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've never seen that. Look at his shirt.
please just leave me alone.
Build the wall. Because I'm Mexican. And I'm more educated than that he will ever be.
Okay.
And all his family.
Do you mind just
Oh, this is wonderful. Look
leave
at
me
it.
alone, please?
No, why would I leave you alone? Oh, yeah, it's great.
All right.
Oh, look,
Guys, you guys mind just kind
Hey,
of
this is what racism look
buggering
like.
off, please?
This is what racism
You
look
want to
like.
bugger off?
Oh, this is what racism look. Oh, you want to stop?
Dude, you're still here?
I
What
know.
the fuck?
Racism.
Okay, you
Right
guys,
here.
please leave me alone.
Build the wall.
Guys,
Racism.
I'm asking you nicely.
Why are you still here? Are you really trying to alienate fucking everyone that you live around?
I'm asking nicely, so I have to ask.
Wearing a shirt is alienating.
The fucking security?
The private
Y'all
security.
really think security's gonna help you? Motherfucker, I've lived here 10 times longer than you.
Oh,
Fuck out of here.
Isn't the security Mexican?
Yeah, the security's Mexican. You want to explain your fucking shirt to the Mexican security guard? Fuck out of here. Go the fuck home, bitch.
Call them.
Alright,
Call them.
alright.
Oh, she's so pathetic.
Okay, can you please
Yeah?
get out of my space and leave me alone?
Oh, I'm what? If you want to be on your space, You go.
Scrotum, I love what she just said right there. If you want your own space, go to your apartment. I mean,
imagine a guy coming up and harassing a girl like this and saying that.
Yeah.
He would be
Yeah.
charged with intent to murder. Like,
Yeah.
and I love how she said, "Oh, I'm Mexican and I'm more educated than you'll ever be." And then the next sentence she says is, "This is what racism look like. You can't speak fluent English, and you're telling me you're more intelligent than this guy? Come on."
You know, I don't even think necessarily that's what it's about. You know, when I hear I'm more intelligent than you, well, how the fuck would you know? You haven't let me say a word other than leave me alone. Like,
Right.
I mean, again, I've met people who have literally dropped out their freshman year in high school, and they're more intelligent than like people I know with their doctorates. I mean, intelligence has nothing to do necessarily with your level of schooling. She could truly be more intelligent than this man, but in this sheer moment that she is being recorded right now, she's being a complete idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, here, I'm gonna record you recording me. And the very first thing you're gonna say while I'm recording you is leave me alone. But I'm gonna keep recording you.
Yeah.
Man.
and then he's saying, I want you to leave me alone. I want you to go away. Why would I go away? Because he asked you? I mean, there's no way you can look good on this video of yours. Yeah. And I'm sure she deleted her video once she sobered up. It's like, wow, I was being a bitch. Well, I don't even want to know about this. There's no way she is looking like good in this at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think she looks hilarious.
This is not the way we go about not getting that wall.
No.
Sure as shit don't go harassing random Trump supporters.
Right. Or setting their hair on fire. Have you seen that?
What is that?
Oh, God.
Did you see that? The hair setting on fire?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I hadn't.
Yeah. Oh, God.
All right. Should we continue with this one or go to the next one?
There's only like less than 3 minutes left.
But you feel okay to wearing this shirt? Look at that shirt. And he feels like it's okay? Interesting.
Indeed.
Wait, can you please leave me alone?
He has no friends. Nobody.
No friends.
Go away.
When's the last time he got laid?
Please go
Oh,
away.
that's the problem. When's the last time he got laid?
Please go away.
Oh my God, that's the problem. He's never got laid. Oh! He's never got laid. Let's see what he's doing on his computer. Yeah.
Can you guys stop asking me all these personal questions?
Yeah.
But you do live here, right?
Okay, let's read what he's reading. No. Let's read what he's reading. He's the most reading human being I've ever seen. Look at him. And he's laughing like it's okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You guys, all right, thanks.
Racist.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, this is what racism looks like.
Okay, thanks.
Like I said, eventually you're just gonna say whatever you want to hear.
And I'll make money that you will ever make.
Yeah.
I'll make more money than any.
She really say the dog?
Bro,
I can't really hear it.
Yeah, I can't really hear anymore. But, you know, she said Well, he once again said, "Please stop touching me," and she's like, "What? What? I'm not even touching you. You want to be touched so badly. You want me to touch you." It's like, really? You keep saying, "Stop touching me," and you interpret that as, "Please touch me some more."
Oh my god! It's just, well, she went down the line, you know. It's like, first accuse him of racism, then you gotta insult his intelligence, then you gotta insult how much he makes, now you gotta insult his masculinity, you know, because that's what everybody makes fun of dudes for. If they're
She did more than that as well. She also said that he had no friends. Also said that he has never gotten laid.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when's the last time you got laid? That's when I was.
Last time she got some good dicking. That's what I want to know.
Honestly, she's drunk. She probably doesn't remember right now.
Probably that night, but no. Yeah, I don't understand. She getting, like, it's so easy for like, I think it's interesting, very interesting, how men and women are differently made fun of, because a guy, you can make fun of him constantly for not having sex, but then with a woman, you just have to say she has a ton of sex to make her seem like a bad person. But the thing is that saying someone has never gotten laid is much more lighthearted than saying you're a fucking slut and a whore.
No, you're right.
Like, you know, you can fucking make someone fun of a guy all day saying he's never gotten laid, but as soon as you call a girl a slut, it's like, no, you didn't. You know, especially a dude.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. By the way, I'll be right back. I have to pee.
Go ahead.
All right, so pretty much at this point, the guy just asks her, well, while we wait for him, let's just watch the last minute uninterrupted.
Look at him. This one, a non-touched man looks like right there. I've never been touched. I don't know what touch feels like.
When is this gonna end?
This.
Do you mind? Can you just?
What's your name?
Don't you have other friends to go talk to?
Oh, baby.
Go talk to your friends. Can you go talk to your friends, please?
Well, why you wear this shirt?
Can you go talk to your friends?
Been in here for 20 minutes. Let's go.
Why would this guy wear that shirt? Because he wants attention.
He's got his own damn opinion. Let's go.
I know, it's a piece of shit.
Come on.
Piece of shit. Right there.
Whatever, let him be.
A piece of shit. Piece of shit.
Wow.
Yep.
And the guy, I love at the beginning, he's like, "Oh yeah, go ahead and record us with your iPhone. That only gets like 2 minutes of video." Clearly it got at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, right? Just making fun of someone for anything they possibly can. Just because of the shirt. It's sad. It's really sad that people just go right ahead and start attacking others just for their assumed opinions, not even their, like, you know, definite opinions. You know, it reminds me of those videos of men standing outside of the men's rights conference or whatever that was protested at, one of them, where the woman is just screaming at the top of her lungs, like, "You're scum, you're a disgusting racist, misogynist motherfucker," and all this shit. And the guy's just like, "I am literally just here to hear what he has to say." But he's automatically a racist, misogynist motherfucker, and it's like,
you know, you can protest the guy who is speaking. I understand that part, but protesting about the protesters that are there. I mean, dude, they may, like you said, they may not even be there because they fully agree. They might be there because they disagree and they just want to hear another opinion.
Yep.
I mean, it's basic debating. And when people can't understand a debate, I mean, how does your opinion really matter in politics? Realistically, any kind of politics, because that is all it really is a debate. we believe in different things, but let's see if we can try and come together on certain things.
Yeah,
And-
exactly.
And if we can't, we respect that we just cannot,
Exactly.
influence each other
Agree to
and
disagree.
go our merry ways.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't get that. They think agree to disagree means you're evil and I will never talk to you ever again
Absolutely.
because you disagree with me.
And it kills me because being somebody who's been homeless before a lot of the politics right now, I saw something earlier in oh god, what was it? Massachusetts. They just lifted the spikes where they used to have it on the ground so homeless people couldn't sleep there. Now we have a right to sleep, to eat, for shelter. So the sheer fact that we were able to win that one was a big win. However, you don't see homeless people banding together and trying to fight the government. Literally, physically fight the government. It'll never happen.
Yeah.
I mean, we may band together in unity, and that's how we get little things like this to change. However, we're not trying to be fascists and overthrow a fascist government with fascism. I mean, contradicting everything you believe in by trying to argue what you believe in will never truly work.
That's absolutely true. And a lot of SJWs have a problem with that.
Yeah. And don't
Well,
get
the
me
problem comes down to that they deny people the freedom of choice.
Yeah.
That if you choose wrong, then you need to be sent to an internment camp. You cannot function within society because you disagree with us. You're allowed to have a choice, but only the choice we give you once again. And it's like going to, you can protest. Feel free. I have no problem if you want to protest an event.
Yeah.
But don't block people's ability to get in there.
Yeah.
Let them have the choice. And if they choose something that you disagree with, let them have that choice. Because if you deny people the choice, then what you're basically creating is slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1984.
You can get mad. Go ahead and get mad. If you weren't mad, then why would you go protest? But there's a difference between getting mad and violently assaulting or belligerently harassing, in this case.
Or rioting and looting.
Like, it's like that fine line I talked about earlier. Once you cross it, there's no going back.
Well, and let's go into our next video here, which is a little bit short, but this is Yvette Felarka. I can't say that. She's the leader of the group By Any Means Necessary and defends the protests at UC Berkeley.
I heard about this. Okay. Not everybody.
So really quick, what all happened with the protests there? Were there a lot of business? I think there were a lot of businesses that got trashed, right?
Yeah, there were some businesses that, like Starbucks, they trashed that.
Yep. Well, wasn't it?
That's ironic.
I might be thinking of the day before the Women's March, but because if I recall correctly, the Women's March was relatively peaceful. However, the day before, like the day after Inauguration Day and all of that, I remember seeing a video of a Starbucks being looted, and a lot of people were saying that, out of all the big businesses, you guys chose Starbucks. What the fuck did the Starbucks people do to you? But what they failed to also talk about is the sheer fact that Starbucks was also attached to a bank. And I can understand more of the anger with the banks and, considering the government has bailed out so many of our banks before, I can understand that anger. But because the media, and I'm talking left and right, both swung it at a Starbucks, it looked a lot worse than what I personally think they were trying to do. I do not believe that riots will ever, ever, ever be the determining factor of whether something political is going to happen or not. The riot is always going to be ended in probably the exact opposite of what you wanted.
Yeah.
Is going to happen. However, I agree more with if people are going to riot, and I may not be with those people, but if people are going to riot, there's nothing any of us can say, do, or believe in that will stop that. But if people are going to riot, I would rather see them throw bricks through a Bank of America window than a Starbucks window. Because again, what did Starbucks have to do with this? The Bank of America has taken so many government bailouts, etc., etc., etc. That is more understandable than Starbucks.
Well, the other problem though is like Citibank has actually given money to Hillary Clinton, and Hillary Clinton is these people's gods. So attacking Citibank is actually angering your god.
I don't necessarily know if Hillary Clinton was their god. I truly do believe that it was Bernie Sanders until the DNC took him out. And I'm not saying I agree with Bernie Sanders by any stretch. However, Hillary Clinton absolutely got the DNC to take him out. She rigged her side of the election. There was nothing she could do about the RNC, but the DNC, she could absolutely secure her nominee as the Democratic elect. And that's embarrassing to the people of America to think that we would just look past that. The Russia thing with Trump. It's embarrassing to the American people that we would just look past that. Both sides were wrong this year. And
both sides were wrong, but the left has been proving that they are more wrong.
No, that's it. I was getting to that point. I just kind of, I guess, started rambling. But yeah, you're absolutely right. The left has proven to be the worst of the two evils here. And that's terrifying because I disagree with everything the right is saying. But now you're forcing me to no longer look at the left as an option.
Yeah.
Right. That's how I feel as well. Because I remember like being in high school and like, Obama was becoming president or campaigning for president. And, I was like, I believe in women's rights and gay rights and all that stuff. So I guess I'm for Democrats. And I don't like, people being pro religion and stuff, so I'm not a Republican. That's easy. And then as time went on, it was like, oh, the left also believes all of this random fucking bullshit. So I guess I belong to neither. It's
like it's like you walk into an ice cream store and you pick between 20 different flavors, but then when you're going to check out, they're like, oh no, you get chocolate or vanilla. And it's like, well, I don't want chocolate or vanilla. Like, I want blah, 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 blah. Well, you get chocolate or vanilla.
Yep.
No.
And that's socialism right there.
Yep. And
that's the path that we're going. And, I voted for Obama. I voted for Trump. I voted for Obama because I believed that these were two people that could give enough of a change. Yeah. Unfortunately, Obama failed. And I know Trump is going to do bad as a president. There's no hands down about that. All of them would have done a bad job. But I believe that Trump can give us something that we need, which is jobs in this country. But let's talk about this right here to kind of segue into this video. What happened at UC Berkeley? For anyone who doesn't really know about this, like Vanessa, Milo Yiannopoulos was going to give a talk. Now, college campuses have been doing this bullshit thing where at the last minute it's like, oh, you have to pay this $8,000 security fee or else the event can't happen. I don't think UC Berkeley did this, and colleges have now stopped doing this. So this was happening. Milo's going to be talking at UC Berkeley. People came to protest. And there have been other protests at other colleges, but they were kind of tame. This one was bad. They were blocking the entrance to get in, so no one could get in unless you were already in there. Then they started to throw fireworks at the building. They started to throw rocks at the building, even getting as high as the second floor. They were throwing rocks. Then they kept pushing past the line, the barricades. And someone even picked up a barricade, ran it at the building, and threw it in a window.
Yep.
And they even found there's, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is something I keep hearing, that someone who was wearing a Trump hat. Actually, it wasn't even really a Trump hat. It was like it was make whatever great again. It was a joke hat, and this person got beaten up
badly. It was actually.
Oh, was this also the incident where someone was beating their head with a shovel?
I've heard about that. I have not seen any news coverage of it, but I
saw a picture of it. I couldn't remember if it was UC Berkeley or something else, but
it could have been the brutality at UC Berkeley. It could have been.
I don't understand. Like, some of these people have to be students that go there. So why aren't they in jail? Like, that's what I want to know. I understand peaceful protesting, whatever. Sing Kumbaya in a circle outside if you feel like it, and then maybe some people might get your message. But if someone is literally not allowing anyone to go into an event that they most likely paid for, and then fucking, start breaking shit, and that's what I don't understand. How can someone be so passionate against something that's not violent to become violent? That's what.
No, it's actually very easy. It's called mob mentality. Yep. An individual is smart, but a group of people are stupid.
Yep.
And this right here is just that these people feel so empowered by what they're doing, they don't care about the consequences. Yep. And what they're doing is it's basically pushing the line, pushing it a little bit further to see what they can get away with until there's a response. The police were there, and they kept stepping backwards. They did nothing.
You still can't catch them all, no matter how hard you try. Especially with things like this, you can't catch them all. And as heartbreaking as that is, because the people who have committed serious offenses at these types of rallies, at these types of protests, they absolutely should be in jail, in prison, in this case for arson, for assault. However, theft, you can't catch them all. You can catch maybe 10 of the 200 that are actually doing it. And although all of them should be charged, some of them will walk away and be able to tell their children later in life, hey, I got away with doing such and such and such. And it's wrong. It is absolutely wrong. Yeah. But we do not have a perfect system here, and we have never claimed to.
Well, the problem, though, is while we could only arrest 10, we can arrest 10 and make a message saying we will not tolerate this.
Yeah.
By doing the exact opposite of just doing nothing and letting them have a free run over everything has shown them that they can do whatever they want, that they are in the right. And that's where we get into this video here. This woman thinks she's in the right to do whatever she wants. And I think we should start watching this while we're excited about this, because we're going to get really pissed off with her.
Yeah.
Do it, bro.
Necessary, but I know that you were there. First of all, tell me, what specifically is it about Milo Yiannopoulos that you and others have an issue with?
Well, first of all, Milo Yiannopoulos is a fascist. He's a communist. He's funded by Steve Bannon and Breitbart. He's an acolyte of Donald Trump.
And he was on the UC Berkeley campus to try to recruit more fascists and to wage attacks on Muslim students, immigrant students, women, and trans students. Now, Milo himself denies those allegations. But again, that's why you were there, and that's why you felt like it was important for him not to speak. What is the real fear of him having a conversation with the 500 students or the 500 people who had bought tickets to the event? Well, just to go back to how you characterize the protest, this isn't a question of violent versus peaceful protests. I was there, and there were thousands of people out there who were united. It was a mass protest. It was a militant protest. And everyone was there to shut him down. And so whatever it was going to take to do that, we were all there with a united cause, and we were stunningly successful. But why not be peaceful about it? Why not, chant and hold your signs and things? But when you take the barricades and you destroy the building, and when you set fires, isn't that counterproductive? I think that the left has been far too timid for way too long. And it's why we've even gotten in this position where we even have someone like Donald Trump leading a fascist movement as the president of the United States. We need to make sure that we have more mass protests, more militant protests that are mass and militant. And the reality is that these aren't people just putting forward their ideas. There's white supremacists who've already murdered 6 Muslims just 5 days ago in Quebec. There was a woman in Korea, or not from Korea, but who was from Korea in Los Angeles, who was just beaten down by a white supremacist. We have a right to defend ourselves, and not only a right, we have an obligation to do that, not just for each other, but for our communities too.
Let's go back, though, to the speaker and the fact that he was going to be speaking to 500 people. And some say that because of what happened at the protest, this got national attention. He did national interviews. And so instead of his voice being heard by 500 people, now millions of people are blaming Milo Yiannopoulos. So does that defeat a little bit of what you were trying to do?
The right wing and the fascists in this country already have a spokesperson, and they've already found one in Trump, Steve Bannon, and also now Milo. But now what I think was so important about our success on Wednesday, which is why it should be the model for how the movement needs to take things now in the future.
Really?
Yeah, because, let me finish, is because we need to make sure that the millions of people out there who are angry and who are scared under Donald Trump and everything that he's doing now, know that there are people out there who will stand up and fight the way the movement needs to. That clearly Wednesday was not business as usual. It was people fighting united in a mass effort, in a united effort, and by any means necessary.
But though, that some in the business community, they were really upset because they too were targeted. They were blocks away.
Someone's microphone is you need to mute yourselves or else we can't hear anything. All right, there we go.
Those that may be with your cause may actually be heard as well.
But there's 2 things to that. One, Chancellor Dirks is responsible for anything that happened. And if the business community is upset, they should join the professors and students and community members who are demanding that Dirks step down immediately. Because he had a chance to cancel the event to make sure it didn't happen. There were hundreds of professors who demanded that for safety reasons. 1. 2, a few broken windows is nothing compared to the arts. And if that's what it takes in order to make sure that more people don't get targeted, if that's what it takes to make sure that Milo Yiannopoulos or another white supremacist is not welcome or allowed to come to UC Berkeley and attack our community, then good. Let's make sure then that doesn't happen in the future.
So no regrets at all about what took place.
What we need to do is we've got to draw lessons from this in terms of how we can build even stronger, how we can make sure that we build the movement, and also that we continue to organize, because it's not spontaneous. This is about organizing and fighting by any means necessary.
All right. Yvette, thank you so much. Sure.
Wow. She is just out there.
I mean, I agree that organization is key here, but violent organization is not any better than what they're claiming they're trying to fight against.
Yeah, that's 2 things. One, Milo is not a white supremacist. He really likes black men. Secondly, how can you sit there and say that she said that this person or whatever had the chance to stop this event for safety reasons. That's what she said. The only thing that is unsafe about Milo coming there are the protesters. The protesters are the ones that are making it unsafe. What the fuck does that tell you? He's literally talking to people, having a conversation, and to her, that's more violent than someone looting a fucking Starbucks.
I mean, I disagree with Milo on just about everything he says, but that does not change the fact that, again, you guys are trying to stop what you claim these people are doing. Claim. With the exact same thing that you're claiming they're doing when they're not doing it. They are peacefully protesting. Now, I understand. When Obama was first put in office, when Obama was reelected, there was absolutely severe riots, actually. I could pull up a couple right now, but that's besides the point. Two rights don't make a wrong. In this case, two rights don't make a wrong, two lefts don't make a wrong. Like, right now, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I full-heartedly believe that the Republicans are in the right. I do not agree with the Republican mindset, but I don't agree with the Democratic mindset either. And right now, the Democrats are acting exactly the way that they're, quote-unquote, they're trying to stop exactly what they're claiming has happened to them by doing the same thing. And it'll never work. It
hasn't worked. That's why they're still trying to do it.
I mean,
I know where you're going with this, and I want to counterpoint this a little bit. That the left is definitely wrong, but not to the point that the right is right.
Absolutely.
In any way.
I mean,
they're both. It's the favorite saying I have is that they're two cheeks of the same ass, the left and right. In fact, I think there's only one party, and everything is scripted to make it look like there's an actual decision in our democracy.
No, I mean, you're completely right. Like, if a bird only has a left wing, it can't fly. But if a bird only has a right wing, it can't fly. Bird needs the left and right wing to fly. So
that's a very good analogy.
So I completely agree with you. It's just things are taking
the left. And what scares me actually the most is if Hillary would have won, if we still would have seen the same exact thing. I think this was inevitable. And I think if anything, this would have been exactly the same or worse had Hillary won.
You know, personally, I don't think everybody's talking about right now, what about the wars overseas? What about, the possibility of a world war? What about the possibility of a civil war? Because this election has truly divided us.
That's
I mean, what about it's not the North and the South anymore. So, like, we're kind of now more like, who in the neighborhood do I feel like to worry about? And that's what truly scares me. I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, the ally, the friendship that we've made in Russia, of course that scares me. I'd be dumb not to be nervous about that. The fact that China has put destroyer, like battleship destroyer type boats close to our seas to watch us, close to our borders to watch us. Of course that makes me nervous. However, I'm more worried about the fact that, currently I am in the South and I have no idea. People don't know. People don't understand that I'm not right or left. people immediately make assumptions about me because it's noticeable I am an anarchist. That now I have to worry about both because we have divided so greatly and so quickly. What's next?
You know what's funny to me? Someone pointed this out, that if we look at like the what was it called? I want to say freedom movement. I don't think that's right, but basically the free love movement of the 50s and the 60s. That during that time, it was the left. It was all about the freedom of speech, about, you know, everyone having rights. And now we've come full circle where it's the right that wants that, and the left is doing everything they can against free speech.
My question
and
is...
it's just so confusing and scary at the same time that we've come to this point where the conservatives are the ones who are wanting the free speech and everyone to have individual rights.
Absolutely. My question is... Oh god, and I totally just forgot it. Damn. And I totally just tripped on my word. My bad, guys. Maybe like 2 seconds, I'll remember.
You know what's interesting? I was skimming through this Game Informer Madcat, and suddenly I found this this article. Intimacy. How recent video games are tackling sexuality by a woman. And I'm very interested in seeing what it's about. Oh, that might be something I might have to read on my next stream. But
Oh, okay, I remember now. Go ahead and finish up what you were saying. Sorry.
Did you say you remember?
Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm done.
Oh, okay. We've always had left or right, correct?
More or less.
What is the one thing we have yet to try? Because I believe the last time...
Up and down.
Exactly. I believe the last time I checked that the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result.
Yep.
Well, we used to have a three-party system back when our nation was really first founded within the first 100 years.
Yeah.
And while we technically have third parties, they're basically jokes.
Yep, exactly.
And what we need is a third party to come up to be on par with everything.
I completely agree. In the fact that we have that chocolate and that vanilla. As long as we don't have that third option, we're sitting there trying the same thing over and over and over again, but expecting a different result, expecting change. Change is never going to come as long as we expect one person to bring it.
And yet, I would argue that we are seeing a change right now.
No,
because things get worse before they get better.
Yeah.
And also with the adage that an animal is most dangerous when they are injured. And these leftists, these social justice warriors, these progressive liberals, they're injured right now because Trump won, among other things. And they're being as vicious as possible to try to maintain the control that they had.
Yeah.
And that's, out of all of this, that gives me hope that maybe we're seeing an old system die out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it had to come with Trump being elected. But, you know, whatever it takes, well, you know what they're saying, do whatever it takes to get this system out. And they're only making themselves look bad. Having to attack people to get what they want. No, that's not what you do.
And I agree.
You know, it's like you get more flies with sugar than vinegar.
Yeah. You know, it will forever, in a way, haunt me and give me hope. My brother, and I say my brother, he is transgendered. He has not started the hormone therapy thing. I don't really Personally, I don't understand it too well. A lot of it to me, I would call Tumblr talk. 'Cause I don't really understand it. I'm not trying to be rude there. I just don't understand the, the different terminologies. And there's so many coming up every day. And I wouldn't try to be rude. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I just truly don't understand it. I know his 19th birthday is coming up, and he's starting the hormone replacement therapy, whatever. I'm happy for him. Whatever makes him happy at the end of the day, that's all I want. But I'll never forget his mother asked him, and we were out to eat with her. I hadn't seen her in a long time. And she says, "Are you fearful with Trump and Pence up there?" And his response really, it scared me and almost empowered me at the same time. Because all he said was, "I've got a gun and I've got a knife. I got a big knife and I keep to myself. Should I worry about it?" And then drop the conversation. And I see every bit of the leftist in there, but I see it's self-perseverance, and I respect both of them. I do not think that you need a big gun or a big knife to keep yourself safe. However, keep to yourself. If you don't have to use them, perfect. I feel like that's the point of anybody who ever buys a gun. You're not using it in hopes somebody breaks into your house. You're buying it in case, not in hope, in case somebody breaks into your home. And I, of course, him being younger than me, I'm not going to give input on that. I want him to learn his own way. However, that was a truly scared me, and gave me hope at the same time, because it shows that the trans community is not as worried as most of the protesters are.
Yeah.
Well, we have trans within our community. I immediately think of Blair White.
Oh yeah, I just watched one of her videos this morning.
And, she gives me a lot of hope as well that, someone who's in a position such as she is, I mean, she could easily, Modern Medusa gives me hope for the exact same reason. Both of these individuals are people that could easily fall into the traps of feminism and intersectional feminism, social justice warriors, and Black Lives Matter, and what have you. Could easily fall into this and easily become corrupted by these things, and knowingly chooses the path that they do because they firmly believe it is the correct one and not take the easy way out.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Of course, the idea of violence is going to scare me. However, the idea of self-perseverance is what this entire country was based off of. That I can respect. The second that violence is actually, it's taken place and it's happened, is when I can no longer respect it anymore. It's just like a Marxist. I may not agree with Marxists. They have some of the most violent beliefs in all history. However, I understand believing on it. I understand believing in it. I don't understand acting on it.
Yeah.
And I can go back to that fine line I was talking about over and over and over again on almost any of these topics. A Marxist going from a Marxist to KGB is as simple as acting on their beliefs instead of just believing in them.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with Satyr Cat.
I'm not watching the chat right now. I do apologize.
What's up?
Bring up the chat.
Right now, I do apologize.
No worries.
Anyways, he says that, in my honest opinion, they felt that they could get their way for so long that they got arrogant, and we are seeing the backlash when they are now being thwarted. And I agree with that. I think that this isn't a response of, oh, well, things are just really bad and we now got to react. It's, hey, for so long, my teachers let me do whatever I wanted. My parents let me do whatever I wanted. If I wanted to say that I was Eskimo gender, they would give it to me. They would give me whatever I wanted. And now when, we were supposed to have our social justice warrior leader in office, which actually was Bernie Sanders, but they didn't associate it with Hillary Clinton and didn't get what they want, now they're having a tantrum. Yeah. Now they are reacting violently because they've never dealt with the idea that they couldn't get what they wanted.
Yeah.
This PC culture of trying to make sure everyone feels good and never having to deal with the consequences of not getting what you wanted.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like.
That's what this what the theme of this fucking stream is, spoiled brats. Because we started with the feminist sugar baby who does whatever she wants, gets whatever she wants. Cool. And then fucking the girl harassing the other guy, she probably didn't have to deal with people wearing shirts like that not long ago. And now that, it's more out in the open, people are having their opinions everywhere, she probably feels so threatened and, thinks that the right way to react is by just harping on the people who make her uncomfortable, and that's not okay.
Absolutely not. Oh God, really? I could have been. Man.
What's up?
This whole time, I've been sitting here stepping off camera every single time I've.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there's a button up top where you can turn off your camera.
Yeah, that's
true.
And this whole idea of a civil war, that does scare the hell out of me, much more than any other war. I mean, we're always going to have conflicts around the world.
It'll be right on in your backyard.
I will say.
Well, let me finish. Let me finish what I'm saying here, because else I'm going to forget. I'm scared to death of a civil war happening, but I'm maybe like your brother or soon-to-be sister, with the fact that, if it comes, I'm going to be prepared. Either I'm going to be fighting or I'm going to be living off the land. One way or another, I'm going to be prepared for this.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to come to the point where people have to decide to shoot their relatives. They have to in self-defense.
Yeah,
it shouldn't come to this, because we all say we want the same thing. We want freedom of speech. And yet people are so willing to get what they want that they'll deny people freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, I'm going to support our Constitution. And anyone who wants to curtail other people's rights because of how they feel, I'm sorry, you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be a part of this country, you can leave. And don't go to Canada. Don't go to South America. Go to fucking Mexico. Go to Iraq. All of these places you claim to be better than the United States and that the United States is oppressing them. You go to those places.
Yeah, I agree. What I will say, another thing on the, again, the Civil War theory, that is just it's a theory. I can't.
Hypothesis.
I have evidence backing it, but that doesn't mean that it's anything more than a theory until it's a hypothesis. Exactly. Until
a hypothesis.
Exactly.
It's a pet peeve. I'm a writer, so it's a pet peeve when people use certain words wrong. And a theory means it's a fact. If you say it's just a theory, you actually mean the word hypothesis. I'm sorry, it's just how I am.
So that technically means the term conspiracy theory is like the most contradicting thing.
Yes.
What I was saying is, I look back on past politics, before my time, like George H.W. Bush. He's technically the one who started this war in the Middle East. George Bush came back, and it has been long again. it's been a hypothesis for as long as I can remember that George Bush had something to do with 9/11. Well, that would not be the first time in history that something like that has happened. I can't remember. It was I can't remember the exact name of the monument. It was some form of peace treaty, and I want to say it was in Berlin. And it took, I don't know, about 2 months of Hitler in power before it was destroyed. And it has been again, hypothesis, heavily since it's happened that Hitler was the one who organized the attack and destroyed the monument. Sort of like 9/11. So now that this travel ban has become such controversy, and if it is voted unconstitutional, it is actually, I mean, that's an impeachable offense. And knowing that, it would not surprise me if over the next 2 weeks, because the travel ban is shot down, if there were a terrorist attack. And I say that simply because this is not the first time in history somebody has scared an entire country into arms to get what they want. And that's nerve-wracking. Am I saying that's going to happen? Absolutely not. But noting the recent botched intelligence mission in Yemen, if it does happen, I'd be willing to bet money it comes from there. And that, again, it is completely and totally just a conspiracy. I'm not saying this is factual. God, I hope it's not. God, I hope it's not. Because 9/11, I have so much family in New York. I had family who worked in the Twin Towers when 9/11 happened. Thank God they are still with us to this day. However, it's still terrifying to know that this wouldn't even possibly, I'm not saying it's factual, but possibly could not even be the first time that this has happened on American soil. Fabricated terrorist attacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's nerve-wracking, especially when we've got somebody who doesn't like to not get their way, and somebody who I don't think I need to say much more than that. Somebody who doesn't like to not get their way, who's not getting their way in power.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the way.
You talk about basically fake terrorism. Well, many of these groups today that are causing the big media has showed financial connections to George Soros.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
The DNC has also, there's evidence with WikiLeaks and what was it, Veritas or something like that? I can't think of the name, but they actually demonstrated that people were paid to protest, to create trouble.
Paid rioters.
At the RNC, at the DNC.
Absolutely. And that's been a thing for years. And it really makes you question when you see these major riots on television. Am I watching something that is technically fabricated to make us oppose the other side? Or am I watching something that is real? Have these people really gotten so angry they're willing to do this? And it really makes you question it. And that's why I can't just pick chocolate or vanilla. I have to try and make the decision on my own. And that's what so many people nowadays are lacking. So many people refuse to make a decision on their own.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I choose Chunky Monkey. But, my hope is that these people are being paid to do this, which is scary, but I hope for that because the alternative means that these people are in their right minds, as well as they can be, and are making this decision to be violent.
Yeah.
And I want to believe that most people in the United States are not violent.
Yeah.
That they wouldn't react this way, that they do want, everyone to be treated well, to be treated equally.
Absolutely.
And to have the decisions to make, hey, I'm not going to make a wedding cake for a gay couple. That's their right.
I
know, at the same time, someone wants to, go through transition from one gender to the next. That's their right. Everyone has their own choices. I don't need to agree with it, but it doesn't make me want to be violent because of it. And I want to believe that most people are like that. And that these people that are making the big news for being violent are being bribed to do this.
Hell, I mean, even someone... a lot of stuff makes me angry. Like stuff that happens in the world or in America or whatever. Whatever it is. It doesn't make me angry or passionate enough to hurt anyone, even the person who is enacting violence upon someone else, because I'm just not a violent person.
I was just talking about Marxism. That's that fine line between you can be angry, you can want to be violent, but the second you are, you've crossed a line.
Yep.
That you can't come back over.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I would love to kick the whether they are truly violent or not, whether they are just paid to act violent, one way or another, I would like to separate those people from the left. And as much as I'd like to do that, it's just not humanly possible.
Yeah.
As of right now, because as an American, we know so much and know so little, that we have to try and come up with what could actually be going on in our own minds. We have to, exactly like you said, hope for the best, but brace for the worst. I'm going to hope that people aren't as violent as it is appearing that everyone is. But at the same time, if you don't think I'm going out and buying a gun to defend myself if need be, you'd be wrong.
Yeah.
So brace for the, hope for the best and brace for the worst. Try and make the best out of a bad joke. Every day could be a new day. You never really know. Trump could turn it all around tomorrow for all we know, and we could live a happy next 8 years. Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
But I've never been one, I'm a realist. I've never been one to count anything out.
Yeah.
And I feel like if there were more, and I'm not saying everybody needs to be a realist, slamming hand down on the desk. No. I feel like if there were more realists in the world, we wouldn't have as many problems that we are having. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And if you want to bury your head under the sand, I do not have the right to pull your head out of the sand.
Yeah. Exactly.
But if your ass is exposed, I mean, I'm lonely, and but I'm like you. I think everyone should be a realist, and I'm not going to force anyone by force. No, I'm going to hand out flowers at the airport. Be a realist. Be a realist.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
People like you do actually give me some hope when there isn't much left in the world right now,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, this has been a wonderful stream. Did you guys want to watch any more videos, or did you want to wrap it up?
I'm about tired out.
Okay.
Sounds good to me, guys.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for coming on, Sweeney. It was lovely having you.
Absolutely.
I love
debate.
I love when I can have people on and have intelligent debates without them freaking out or getting offended. It's wonderful. It makes me happy.
My favorite thing in the world. I feel you.
Yeah. But yeah. So you can. I'm gonna try and put all the links to the videos down in the description. I think I already put the feminist one on there. And you can find Mad Cat at ggmad_cat on Twitter. His all his info is down below. His YouTube channel and stuff. So go subscribe to him. And Sweeney, do you have any pages or social media accounts people can find you on, or you just?
I took my Bandcamp down a little while ago. I will have another Bandcamp coming up here soon. I'm recording an EP right now, and all of the proceeds to Bandcamp go to the ACLU Foundation right now. So probably by the next time you guys make another video, I will, if you're willing to share it, I'll give out my Bandcamp. It'll be for free. If anyone wants to donate $1, that'll go to the ACLU Foundation, and I'd rather have them have it than me. So,
Awesome. Did you guys want to say any last comments or farewells?
Mad Cat?
Well, I do want to say that I'm canceling the show for this week. I've got some projects that I need to get doing this week. But I am trying to release a video where me and Jack Barnes had a discussion over Skype. I apologize ahead of time that the audio is really bad and I couldn't edit out a picture of his crotch, like the phone fell down and you can actually see his crotch. So it's like, my computer couldn't handle it. I actually spent like 5 hours editing this video, and then when I tried to render it, my computer just about crashed.
Oh no.
So it's like, I really tried, and I just had to load up the original file. So donate to my Patreon. Not only do I need health insurance and to be able to treat my disability, but I need a better computer.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone benefits if I have a better computer. Believe you me, I'll make better quality videos. So
yeah,
that should be within the next few days.
Mm-hmm. I think I put your Patreon down there too. If I didn't, then you can find it on any of his videos on in the description on his channel.
I'm a whore like that, yeah.
Woo. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you for watching, and yeah, Cobra Cat out, yo. All right, bye guys.